Hello everyone. Today I'm going on a tour of the museum in Requiem. It's called the Ancestry Treasury Museum. I missed the opening day tour, so I am doing it again with a few other players if they happen to turn up. Let's see what happens. Right now it's rather quiet. The old town here is a bit of a quiet place. Quincy Everhard. Oh, Was there something you want? I'm waiting for a few others who missed the reopening tour. Yes, there really are some books in the library. They are web pages, though I can't really show them here. Is it a serious matter? I'll look for you once we tour the museum. Thank you. Now I'm just waiting on the museum tour to start. This might take a while, but I'm usually a patient person. Hello? Uh, are guided tours available on request? I remember hearing that we could look at the exhibits ourselves. So let's go upstairs and check. Ship designs of the 5th century. Upon the old parchment is hand-drawn faded schematics of the early 5th century seafaring vessels used by the first apostles to arrive in Vitavius in 405 and establish a Decusian kingdom. In Lonquinis Littora. This painting depicts the historical first landing, a mighty frigate bearing red banners upon its mast banks upon a sandy shore. The skies above bear brilliant colors of the dawn as the flame rises against tumultuous waves beating against the horizon. Nestled between whisper clouds, angels blare their trumpets. Several dozen well-armed men and women assemble upon the ship and shore. Among them, a procession of right Decusian standard bearers march from the vessel towards tall grasses and low shrubs bordering the sand. A large map of the first province. If I were to double-click it, it would go to a website with an image file. Same goes for the map of Vitavius over here. The founding of the Republic. The reckoning came to an end in 719 when the Decusian Empire conquered western Vitavius, bringing the whole continent under its domain. By the year 749, the Decusian Empire would transition into the venerated Republic and officially declare Tor, First Coast, as the nation's capital. The territories in turn create regional capitals and elect vicars to send to Tor to represent them in the Taurian Senate. Basically, it's inspired by the Roman Empire. The Era of Reckoning. Upon reaching the shores of Vitavius, the first apostles found the land to be inhabited by natives who worship false gods and enslave their fellow men. This mission is known as the Reckoning, and over centuries our people moved westward from this very territory by word or sword to shed Decus' light on a dark world. The 5th century of this world was basically the Middle Ages. Verbo vel gradil, I think is Latin for word or sword, yeah. A scene from the reckoning. Pale skies loom above broken tropical palms and a field beaten flat by battle. Within a parting of clouds, angels observe from the heavens. Upon one side, tribals wearing hide and bone sling spears and rocks. Their Decusian opponents bear swords and plate mail amidst of waving red banners. Bleeding tribals litter the ground. Hunting this is a one-sided battle. The Decusians appear on the verge of victory. This is Templar outfit of the 6th century. This one doesn't have a description, but I think it's some kind of armor. A prelacy overdress or overcoat of the 5th century. And this is the underdress. Let's go upstairs. There's an exhibit on modern houses and a bit of cow emblem as well. Exhibit, innovated and presented to you by the Foundry. That foot and glimpse upon just a few of the great many world-changing advancements engineered and produced by the Foundry. From the simplicity of modern conveniences to the unbridled power of steam, the Foundry and its inventions have become a staple within every residence, on every road and everywhere across the Republic. With each advancement, new hope is sown, and with the guidance of the Foundry, all may reap its fruit. Double-click this sign to learn more about the Foundry. The Foundry is an industrial company. The current setting of the game is based on the early 19th century. Creationist is their Bible of the world. If I double click on it, it would have gone to the next webpage. Exhibit, the modern home. Take a seat within the future that lies before this republic. Through Foundry, grit and ingenuity, every modern convenience will soon be easily available to the common man. No longer will you have to worry about adding oil for your list to your next trip or the Grand General Store. Thanks to the marvel of electricity, the darkness is only a minor inconvenience, dispersed with but a flip of a switch. With chairs made with the aid of Carrington's sewing machine, pages of the Creationist printed deftly by O'Loughlin Press, coffee reaped by the Duffield Bush Reaper, and the unlimited electricity generated by the glorious steam engine. Take a seat, you say. A cup of coffee. Electric lamp, try me. Off and on. Exhibit, the O'Loughlin Press. Though the printing press has long been a staple of Foundry production, its latest iteration promises to be as monumental as its first. The O'Loughlin Press has a segment on the cylinder which gears into a rack on the bed during the impression. The delivery cylinder with fingers takes a sheet, conveying it on the fly without smutting the impression, and the necessity for tapes around large cylinders is obviated. The air spring gives easy, noiseless motion to the bed, and the fly works without noise. The frame is crafted with an eye to strength and solidity, smooth running with high-grade press, capable of a great variety of work, and yet so absolutely simple to handle that anyone can do good work. A hydraulic powered printer, I think that's news to me. That's probably how the Frontier Herald got printed so much after I passed the rights on. Exhibit, the Duffield Daisy Reaper. Few inventions have changed agriculture as much as the Duffield Reaper, able to cut more wheat in a day than 14 farmhands using conventional tools of trade. The most recent Daisy model has been adapted not only for cutting wheat and oats but also flax, clover, buckwheat, rye, and barley. The main and grain wheels are fitted with roller bearings. Consequently, the machine is light in draft, able to be drawn by 2 horses. With over 300,000 models already produced and in use, the Duffield Reaper has proven to be perfectly adapted to the wants and convenience of every farmer. Industrial and mass. Exhibit, the steam engine. The steam engine, the crown jewel of the Foundry. There are over 80,000 steam engines in daily use, each giving perfect satisfaction. By special tools and machines, each part may be exactly duplicated and ordered by numbers. That fact is thus demonstrated beyond question that in the perfection of its mechanism, in the simplicity of its construction, in the adaptability to all purposes where power is required, in the great economy of fuel, it stands unequal. Steam engine, usually used for things like trains, but it can also be used for energy generators, like the electricity in the sample living room I just sat on. This is a sewing machine. Exhibit the Carrington sewing machine. It's one of the latest innovations from the foundry, ready to perform your every sewing need with unparalleled efficiency and untiring faithfulness for a lifetime. Able to make quick work of any stitch or hem, proficiency in all that fine embroidery, tucking, ruffling, neat darning, etc., which used to be acquired only at the expense of long, tedious years of practice, is brought to your fingertips at the touch of a switch thanks to the wonderful innovations of the Carrington sewing machine. This is just like the Singer's machine my grandmother used to have. It really does move when you make it move. Treadle sewing machine, try me. This pedal-powered sewing machine. It really does move, no joke. The Aiwella Monastery is a temporary exhibit. Let's see what's up. But without a tour guide, I can't really get much insight on it. This is a picture of Aiwella Monastery as it looked back in the 7th century. I think the current year of the game is 1347, so 14th century. From the foot of a sloping mountain towards an idyllic dense forest protrude buildings and courtyard walls of gilded stone. A squat keep rises above all with stairs leveling upon a rocky descent to paved surfaces below. Roads are flanked by buildings supported by flying buttresses and decorated with spires as well as stained glass windows. A notable cathedral stands out from the crowded structures. The monastery's perimeter walls share a height with surrounding trees. Fertile fields and orchards stretch north towards a wooded edge and south against a sparkling blue lake. The Decusan symbol is a pair of scales, supposed to universally represent justice. Portrait of Hedrick Eberlinus, 6th century. A bust of Archbishop Anselm, the villain who's been making knights extra dangerous and dark in the game. This bust reflects on a distinguished looking man with a rather severe skull. Pointed brows and narrow eyes carry a tone of judgment upon you. Archbishop Karl Anselm was a short but dark era of the Republic, his leadership lasting from 1335 to 1339. Upon the deserted grounds of Aiwella Monastery where his treachery was discovered in 1339, he met his demise and was excommunicated posthumously by the church for his collusion with Resolvis against the Republic. So he basically cooperated with the magicians and betrayed the church, is what I can gather. Not something I can identify. The Rise and Fall of the Brotherhood of Pauper. There's nothing I can really examine around here. So that's as much as I can get for the tour alone. I was actually hoping for a tour guide, but There's quite a lot to look at already, even alone. Hopefully, the next exhibit I will be able to get someone to walk with me through the museum next time. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.